Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi The Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland. And today we're talking about Season 9, Episode 13, Holiday Road. And Kelsey, will you please read us the Degrassi Wiki episode summary?
Would love to. Emma returns to Degrassi along with Kelly on their cross-country bike tour and is keeping a big secret from Snake and Spike. Chantay writes an article on the anti-grapevine about her date with Danny, making everyone believe he's cheap. Final appearance of Kelly Ashuna. Thank God. Also, didn't know that was his last name.
Nope. No idea. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I guess. They spelled along wrong, so good for you for not tripping over that, because they put an M in it instead of an N.
To be fair, I'm reading it kind of sideways, so from this angle it does look like it could be an N.
But yeah, accurate, sure, whatever. The episode title is Holiday Road, which is a 1983 single by Lindsey Buckingham, also featured prominently in National Lampoon's Vacation movie. Also, don't really know what the fuck it has to do with this episode other than, you ride a bike on a road.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's not a Christmas episode. We already had that. No. We're not going anywhere on a holiday. Maybe is Emma taking her gap year considered a holiday? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense.
I don't know, but my first note is Emma would do a charity bike tour.
Oh, for sure. Well, so the episode starts with a bike-a-thon thing ending up at Degrassi, but at first I was like, oh God, do we have a bike team at Degrassi now? And then I was like, oh wait, no, Emma's just in a lame bike-a-thon.
Also, why would Snake bring the entire school out just to watch them arrive? That seems weird and an abuse of power.
I don't know. And then if we want to briefly get into Fashion Police, we both, I know, did not take a lot of notes. We just a lot of hair notes, but yeah. I've stumbled across my first one, which is Kelly's hair is super long.
It's ridiculous.
It's too long.
It's way too long. Also, speaking of hair, Spike's blonde bangs. Hate it.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
It's not her best look.
But I'm so happy she's back in this episode.
I know, me too.
That's literally all the notes that I have.
Chantay's wearing a paisley shirt that's not good. And Emma's wearing a shirt at the end that I didn't like either, but I can't remember what it is. I just wrote, what is Emma's shirt? So I'm assuming it was bonkers. Unclear.
Literally could not tell you because I did not take any fashion notes this episode because I guess I was distracted. But also it was such a lame, nothing happened in this episode.
Oh my God. It was just the most in-between bullshitty nothing.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Emma, wants to... So she's at Degrassi to give, workshops about recycling bikes or something.
Yeah, because they're, doing a thing where they're collecting bikes all over and,
To, donate them to people who, don't have cars in third world countries or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think that seems to be the general idea. And then there's apparently some big secret, and I wrote, is she pregnant? What's happening?
Also, Emma makes vlogs about her environmentalism, which of course she does.
Of course she does.
Although they call them video blogs, so...
We're going to call them vlogs,
We're going to call them vlogs, because that's what they're called. Oh yeah, and she has a big secret. I'm like, oh, what? Did you drop out of school? But it's oh no, she's actually failing, but we don't know that yet.
See, I went straight to, is she pregnant? What's happening?
Oh, I went straight to, she dropped out of school. Or she's not doing well in school.
Well, I mean,
that's where I went.
1 or 2 scenes in, I was like, oh no, it's a school thing.
It's the school thing. Yeah. I feel like I would have remembered if she got pregnant. Even though I don't remember watching this episode ever. I could have been dropped off by now. Who knows?
I definitely dropped off by now. I don't remember any of this.
But then... I think the theme song plays and Kelly is they need to go poster things and Kelly's being whiny.
Well, first Holly J is really chatty with Emma because Emma has to do a announcement to the school about recycling the bikes, and Holly J is what's the university like? What are you like? Let's talk. Which is it doesn't seem like a Holly J kind of thing.
Also, did they ever... I feel like whenever old people come back, Holly J is always like, hey, how you doing? Like, we were such good friends when you were here. But, like, I don't remember her ever interacting with Emma or Marco or, like, anybody.
Well, Marco I understand because Marco is friends with Spinner and has probably come by the dot a bunch.
That makes more sense. But, like, I don't remember her interacting with Emma
I don't think she did. I don't think it's necessarily that they were friends. Like, with Marco, I think it's that they're friends through Spinner. Mm-hmm. But I think with Emma, it's just, like, you're an influential person, kind of, and you're, like, a big deal coming back
Maybe
here.
It's like, you're Mr. Simpson's stepdaughter. Like,
yeah, I feel like with Holly J, it's all networking.
That's true. But Emma's like being
Holly
cagey.
J already has a LinkedIn page, I'm sure.
Yeah, but she's being cagey and whatever. And I don't know. And then we're somewhere and Kelly's being whiny and I just wrote down that Emma said, would you like some cheese with that wine?
Yeah, I wrote that down. That's such like a mom thing to say.
And then he's like, this charity thing's too much work. It's not fun anymore. Blah. And she's like, postering is fun.
Yeah, he, like, basically, Kelly's entire vibe is like, I didn't know it would be work.
Exactly.
He's such a whiny little brat.
Yeah.
I can't stand Kelly. I'm glad he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Chantay and Danny are still dating.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
But first, Kelly is like, let's throw a party at your parents' house because we're staying there, so I guess we can do that. And Emma's like, I don't know. And he's like, come on. She's like, I guess we can have a barbecue or something with some of my old friends. And he's like, yay, cool, fun things.
Finally.
Meh. But then it's
Kelly's
like...
a whiner.
But then Chantay and Danny are like, ooh, our first date's coming up, like, finally. And he's like, I waited those 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, R.I.P. Leia, I doubt we ever see you again.
Seriously. I mean, they're kind of sweet, though. I don't know. Whatever.
I guess we must remember that Danny used to be really shitty, so like maybe he and Chantay make sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Chantay keeps getting better over time, but she's
That's
mostly
true.
annoying.
That's true.
But she's definitely, this episode, she definitely gets better.
Yeah, and she was better in like the last episode when they like came together. Kind of. I don't know.
Kind of. She was still shitty to Leia.
She was kind of shitty to Leia, but she at least like realized she was being shitty and tried to not be shitty.
She's getting better over time. I'm liking her more. I'm liking her more. And then Emma is showing her parents the vlog, and it's so much making out for a vlog. It's a lot.
And I was like, but Emma would like make out with her boyfriend in a fucking vlog.
It's ridiculous. It's so Emma.
And then I don't remember what they're talking about, but Spike is like, I mean, like sometimes you go, are you sure like this is what you want to be doing? Are you like, how is your school? Like sometimes you go to extremes for a guy. And Emma's like, when have I ever done that?
And it's like Emma a lot. But also, I don't think that's necessarily fair because this is like the most Emma thing to do.
That's true. It's
extremely on brand for Emma. And Spike is like, is Kelly convincing you to do this when like Kelly is the one who has vastly changed?
This is definitely very Emma. I'm like
all Emma.
And I'm very happy to see her like back in full cause girl mode because the last time we saw her she was like, I don't know how to college. I only hang out with my boyfriend and I smoked weed and blah. Like she was a totally different person.
Yeah. I like that this is back to OG Emma.
Exactly. She's like getting back into the swing of things. And then I don't know, we're like with them on the pull-out couch.
And they're like kind of fighting because he's like being a whiner still. And she's like, I'll make it up to you. And I'm like, no, because they already established that they're sleeping in the living room. Do not have sex in your parents' living room.
I literally was about to write that. I was like, ew, don't. And then the dog popped up. And then I was like, the dog. Eggers is back. He's back. And distracting. And I don't remember how that ends. I think it just ends with the dog cock blocking them, thankfully.
Thank God, because don't have sex in your parents' living room.
Puppy, so cute.
So cute.
Oh my God. But then we're with Danny, who's making, I don't even want to call it music. He calls it a soundscape, and there's barking, and I don't know what's happening. And he's like, I'm glad I sold it to that dog, whatever, hound something. I don't know. He like sold it to some dog related thing, but I was like, what the fuck is this noise coming out? I like might drop it in like here. It just sounds so bad. It just sounds so bad.
It's nonsense. It was garbage nonsense. And then for some reason, Danny's like really into the idea of Chantay writing about them in the anti-grapevine, which like feels like not like a Danny thing, but whatever.
He's like, oh, she hasn't written about me yet. And who is he with? Is he with?
He's with Sav.
Sav.
And Sav is reading the anti-grapevine, and apparently it just says like, that Chantay is writing about how she was at lunch with another student, and then she talks about how like cool Holly J and Declan are.
Yeah.
Which like feels like a really boring blog post, but okay, live your best life, girl.
Whatever.
But yeah, with another student is a little bit of a burn. But like maybe she's not ready.
Maybe she's like, I'm protecting your identity. We're not like, we haven't gone on our first date yet.
Yeah,
like,
and
calm
also
the fuck down, Danny. You're not even a couple.
It's weird. It's like weird to if her blog is not about her blog is about like the students at Degrassi, it's weird about her own life.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not on brand. She doesn't gossip about herself.
Exactly.
If anything, Chantay is like a very selfless person because she only talks about other people.
Exactly.
I'm spinning this in a way, but you know what I mean.
But then we're at the barbecue and Spinner brought meat and Kelly is like, I'm vegan.
Because of course he is, but also
we find
Emma
out later.
made him vegan, and I just wrote Kelly is vegan now, and he looks so broken.
And he's like, I mean, and then Emma comes in and she's like, I have the portobello burgers, and he's like, yeah, it's like they have lots of zinc in it, and then I think Spinner's like, oh yeah, you gotta have zinc or something
because Spinner is not having this vegan bullshit, which fair.
But then we cut to goddamn Danny, who's like confronting Chantay about why they're not featured on the anti-grapevine. And he's like, come on. And he says something like, I'm a rock star, remember?
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Like, what? And
they're
like,
on
you're
their
in a high school band. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, and they're on their date, and then they get the check, and he's kind of mad at Chantay, and I thought he was only doing this because he was mad at Chantay
on their date.
Yeah, and I thought he was only doing this because he was mad at Chantay, but it turns out that this is just like his personality. He's like, she's like, so $4 each, and he's like, actually, yours was $3.85, and mine was this much, or mine was $3.85, and yours was like $4.15, so let's split it evenly. But like, by the fucking cent, Danny, just split it in half.
I thought he was doing it because she was making him mad.
I thought so too.
But
I know later.
I know they bring it up in a weird discussion, but I thought that was just the continuance of him being pissed off.
I thought so too, but that might have just been like bad direction.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he was being a real dick about like her thing being like $1 more than his, which is like, okay, whatever. You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Exactly.
But then we're with Spinner and Kelly, who are getting wine drunk in the basement and eating meat. Like Kelly caves and like eats a hamburger or something.
Yeah, and he's drunk and kind of annoying.
Yeah, and then Emma comes down and is like, where did you get that wine? My parents were saving that. Like, they had it from their wedding, or I don't remember why.
To which I say, who just opens up someone else's bottle of wine in their house?
Yeah.
Like, in their parents' house.
Let's
I wouldn't go into my friend's apartment and, like, open up a shitty bottle of wine, let alone, like, an unknown bottle of wine in a parent's house.
At least.
Yeah. I wouldn't take a beer out of someone's fridge without asking.
No.
What the fuck? What is wrong with you, entitled white guy? Like, what's your deal?
And then Emma's like, and then I think Spinner like exits out. He's like, I'm gonna leave and let you guys handle this. And then Emma's like, what are you doing? I know, passive aggressive when I see it, blah blah blah. And then he's like, yeah, this isn't fun anymore. I called my dad and he's getting me an engineering job, so I'm gonna leave now. Bye.
Yeah, I wrote Kelly is leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when he'll be back
and Emma's
again.
like,
Answer's
I never want
never.
to see you again. Leave my house now.
Good.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, she's being really dramatic, but it's like,
she is.
Bye, Kelly, leave.
She's definitely being like over dramatic because it's Emma, but like Kelly's like, when it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
And she's like, excuse you. But then.
And then he gets in the cab and he gives her like the most half-assed wave, half smile, and she just like crosses her arms, which like, girl, same.
Yeah. So I guess him not being on campus anymore, it's like, that didn't stop them from being annoying together, and he just got worse.
Pretty much. And then Snake is like, are you all ready to come to the school and do your thing? And she's like, yeah, without my mechanic. And I'm like, wow, he quit before doing his literal one job.
I mean, to be fair, she did kick him out before he could do his one job.
Well, but he was